Actually, sir, that has come to our attention.
We know it's not a tank, but we're the other side. I guess we could always stick in the armor, toughen up the hide a bit. Colonel Smith, could you explain why you put those portholes there?
Yes, sir. As per your request, so the men could shoot out at the enemy.
You're joking, aren't you? Besides, portholes? What are we in now, the Navy? Say, you think you could make this thing amphibious? You know, get the troops across a river?
No. No, sir. No.
Amphibious? The Bradley's supposed to swim?
In theory, at least. Amphibious troop carrier slash salvage slash tank. Couple more months, I bet they can get this thing to fly. What's this in the margin? Please help me. I am losing my mind. RLS.
Lieutenant Colonel Robert Laurel Smith, Head of Oversight and Development.
Aluminum. This thing's got an aluminum skin. Huh? Anything an enemy tank fires at, it's going to go through it like a hot knife through butter.
We're doing the specs on using steel rather than aluminum. Of course, steel is much heavier than aluminum, so it won't go as fast.
No, we can't lose speed. We lose speed, it won't work as a scout vehicle. It won't keep pace with AM-1 tanks either.
Thicker armor's a reactive measure. Let's think proactive here. I say equip the thing with anti-tank missiles. Then it can blast those enemy tanks before they get a chance to fire. What do you think, Colonel?
Fine.
Anti-tank missiles?
I don't know.
Where do I put them? The men will have to wear the missiles as hats.
I don't know, Jones. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Colonel, there's no room. We're not talking
Got
about...
a pair of Levi's. I know. God damn it! What we are talking about is 11 years with nothing to show for it. Except that also the size of the District of Columbia and a career that's on permanent hold. You see this? I've been a bird colonel so long, I swear I've gone feathers. Now, if you have to design hats to hold those goddamn missiles, then just do it. If I can have your attention, please. If you'd all just take your seats. Thank you. We are pleased to present a scale model of the new Bradley fighting vehicle. Bradley is outfitted with the most sophisticated surveillance equipment ever developed. It is also equipped with a rapid-fire cannon and an anti-tank rocket launcher.
Which means it's loaded with 1,500 shells and 10-tow anti-tank missiles.
So in summation, gentlemen, what you have before you is
A troop transport that can't carry troops, a reconnaissance vehicle that's too conspicuous to do reconnaissance, and a quasi-tank that has less armor than a snowblower. God has enough ammo to take out half of D.C.
Fantastic. Congratulations, General Smith.
General?
Hell of a job.
General.
Let's build it.
They're building it? This is what we're building?
brief as I needed at the Oval Office. I want to call your attention to this morning's New York Times. If you'd be so kind to turn to the editorial page. It essentially says that every weapon we produce is an overpriced piece of junk. Now, that's not news. Critics have said it for years. What was news to me touched on our supposedly spectacular Sergeant York anti-aircraft gun. It says there that when the Sergeant York proved incapable of hitting airplanes, we test-fired it at hovering helicopters. When it failed to hit hovering helicopters, we fired it at stationary targets, and it missed those. Now, is this possible, General Keane?
There was a problem with the proximity fusion.
According to this, one missile locked onto a ventilation fan in the latrine and destroyed the latrine. Were we test firing at latrines that day?
My first sergeant was in that latrine at the time, and I can assure you he's around to swear otherwise.
Why am I learning about these things in the newspaper? It makes me look foolish, and I am not a foolish man. General Cushing, are you having any problems with the Maverick missile you're testing?
No, sir.
Admiral Morehouse, any problems with the A-12?
None whatsoever, sir.
General Partridge?
Sir.
Any problems with the Bradley?
No, sir. Absolutely not. Production is imminent. Mr. Secretary, I believe the press is on a wild goose chase, looking for problems that don't exist.
Let's hope you're right, General, because there are people in this administration who do have problems. Terrorists in Lebanon, and Colonel Gaddafi in Libya, and Sandinistas in Nicaragua, and let's not forget our ongoing problems with the Soviet Union. Frankly, I don't appreciate calls from reporters and congressmen asking me why nothing we are working on works. And I can't answer them because the men in charge of developing these systems tell me everything is just peachy. So, if you don't have problems, good. If you do, get rid of them. I want these weapons built. If not by you, I'll find men who can.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes, I do. Close the damn door, come on. About these tests you have been thinking about conducting on the Bradley. Now, I understand you're concerned. But if you knew the vehicle as I do, if you were an armored warfare expert instead of a flyer, you wouldn't be concerned. You'd understand that the Bradley is a good vehicle. 4,000 Americans will be employed building it. The Army wants it. Once you've had a chance to read the files.
I've read the files, sir. 200 pages on the rear door. 250 pages on a paint job. Computer simulations of combat conditions, not a single test that actually indicates what might happen if the Bradley takes a hit. Which is why I've ordered a full-up live-fire test. I want to equip a Bradley with all the ammunition it would take in a battle, fill all the fuel tanks, and hit it with the Soviet anti-tank weapons, see how it'll hold up.
Cancel it.
Sir?
I think we're having a communication meltdown here, Colonel. Whatever problems there are, we'll fix them. In the field. After they're deployed.
But General...
That's the way things are done around here, Colonel. That's the way we're going to do this. Nobody takes your job more seriously than I do, but I also have a job. Gotta get that Bradley deployed. I want that rocket launcher pointed at the Soviets. There.
Jesus.
Dismissed.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Here. Afternoon. Fanning?
Yes, sir.
What happened to you? Don't ask. What's this?
It was on your desk when I got back from lunch.
Some ammunition for your Bradley battle. It's a British Army test report.
Top secret, too. Till it landed here. Jim Burton.
How did you find me?
You have very distinctive handwriting. I've been reading memos on the Bradley going back to 1968 with your handwritten notes in the margin or initialed by you. This handwriting?
I should not be seen talking.
You contacted me, General.
No, you received an anonymous leak about which I know nothing.
So the British found out that aluminum armor burns and gives off a toxic gas when hit by a shell.
Bad news for men in aluminum armored vehicles, enough said.
Couldn't we sit down somewhere and actually talk?
You out of your mind, Colonel? If the Pentagon had their choice of busting us or nailing a Soviet spy, they would choose us in a heartbeat.
And who exactly is us, General?
There are some people who work in the Pentagon who are fed up watching billions of dollars thrown away on defective weapons upon which our troops are supposed to stake their lives. People like you, Colonel. We are the enemy.
To whom?
The majors who want to be colonels. The colonels who want to be generals. The generals who want that 4-star. You bet we are the enemy. Nobody moves up without getting things done. So what you don't want to be is the one who drops the ball, because if you're the one who drops the ball, no promotion. No star, no cushy job with a contractor when you retire. Which is why, Colonel, any and everyone attached to the Bradley will see to it to stop your tests.
General, I appreciate your interest, if not your methods. Whatever disagreements I may or may not be having over the Bradley will be resolved above board. Now, if you have something to say, I'm sure the Washington Post would love to talk to you.
Me? The press? Are you crazy? The Army is my life. Like you, Colonel, I work inside the system, and you don't have a prayer in hell running your tests. Not unless you're willing to sacrifice your career. If you think you're safe because Congress gave you your job, you better think again. Good day, Colonel. And good luck.
So why did you send me that report?
Nice to see you, General. See you. So she leaned over to me and whispered, "Why do you think the General always stands at attention?" Sorry, Major Sturgis said that Major Sayers is in the library. So, Major Sayers, I'm busy. Sorry, sir, but he said to tell you that the little prick when he tests on the Bradley. Oh, man, his ass. I'm slick so bad. Who's that, sir? Major Sayers or the little prick?
General, sir, he now seems to know about the study that the Brits did.
What study? Brits did a study on aluminum.
That would be the same aluminum sheeting used on the Bradley, sir.
When hit by a shell, that has a tendency to burn, and when it burns, it gives off a toxic gas. God damn it. We fought a revolution so we wouldn't have to pay any attention to the British. So why are they messing things up now? I thought you talked to him. I did. Man must be an idiot or a fool.
Well, can't you stop him, sir?
No, I'm not his commanding officer. Some draft-dodging junior congressman decided we needed more objectivity in the testing process. Goddamn checks and balances.
But, General, with all due respect, this isn't just a check, sir. It's more of a full body block.
If we don't get the Bradley out there now, it'll be stuck in development forever. Start production now. And throw Burton a bone or two. Let him run a couple of tests.
Yes, sir. General, actually, he'd like to blow it up.
I don't give what Burton wants. Let him do some piddly shit stuff. Take it for a test drive. See if he can parallel park up. Just get it into production.
Am I to understand that you were not in favor of the tests Colonel Burton proposed?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not yes, or absolutely not no?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Are you questioning his motives or his methods, General?
I have no reason to question Colonel Burton's motives. I can only speak to his methods. which by anyone's definition were somewhat peculiar. I mean, there were other ways to find out if clothing would catch fire inside the Bradley when it took a hit. Let's take the mannequin thing.
For you, sir. They said it's important.
Very good. Dalton. Yes, sir. I'll meet you back at the firing area.
Yes, sir.
Strip the dummies. Sir? Strip the dummies, Sergeant. Now. Let's go. Everyone ready? Back left area clear! On the way, sir! Fire! Hold it there. Let me see those. Uh-huh. Oh, that looks good. Uniforms look good. Great. Okay. What's that? That's part of our test. That's part of our test. Wait a minute.
Certainly no one in my command gave the order to strip the dummies and put their clothes inside a fireproof container inside the vehicle while Colonel Burton wasn't around. The insults that were traded that day definitely had no business showing up in the test report. They were, of course, deleted from the final report. All except Colonel Bach's unfortunate reference to Colonel Burton's mother. I understand temperatures were running high.
Apparently inside the Bradley as well.
There's a degree of uncertainty involved in every test. That's the point of doing tests, to find out what happens. If we knew what the result would be, we wouldn't need to do the test. And just because the tests didn't always come out the way Colonel Burton expected, there's no reason to assume that anything devious was going on.
I asked you, General, filling the fuel tanks with water for a test designed to check the combustibility of those tanks. That wasn't devious.
If the tanks had been filled with fuel, there's a good chance the vehicle would have exploded.
Isn't that the point?
If the vehicle had exploded, we couldn't run additional tests. I can't order up an unlimited number of Bradleys just to blow them up. That's of course you're telling me to spend more money, which I can't imagine you are.
General, I believe that efforts were made to make the Bradley amphibious.
Yes, although how that's relevant, I fail to comprehend.
How many Bradleys were lost during that experiment?
Long.
The report says 4 of the Bradleys sank during testing.
Well, it's a matter of opinion.
It's not opinion, General. 4 of them sank.
Technically, yes.
General, can we get back to the fuel tanks?
Sergeant! Have the tanks always been filled with water? No, sir. Only when the vehicle's being tested, sir. What else don't I know? Sergeant, I'm asking you a question. What else don't I know about these tests? The ammunition stored in the Bradley, sir. What about it? That's affirmative, sir. Tell me, did the term court-martial ever enter anyone's mind here? No, sir. Really? That's truly amazing, Sergeant. I
I mean, here we are watching water drip out of the gas tanks and sand spill out of the ammunition right after a test that was done to figure out whether or not the damn thing is safe. And no one here even thinks of the term court-martial. Now why, if you don't mind my asking, is that?
We were under orders, sir.
Do you think acting on those orders is conscionable, Sergeant?
It doesn't matter what I think or do, sir. Because you desk warriors from Washington will show up and find a million different ways to make the test turn out whatever way you want, sir.
I'm not here to manipulate test results. I'm here to learn the truth.
You want the truth, sir? We get a new white knight every other year, sir. Some guy just like you, and you all start off the same. Make speeches that turn the ship after 6 months when your next promotion comes due. And then it's business as usual.
And where did you pick up this lousy attitude, Sergeant?
Right here, sir. Watching guys like you.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that. Because unlike you, I take my job seriously.
Really? Well, maybe. Maybe you can explain to me, Colonel, why Bradley's been ordered into production before you have done your job.
Mind telling me what this is? 100 Bradleys have been
We have
ordered?
a schedule, Colonel Burton, and I'm not going to have it on my record that Bradley fell behind schedule just because you're fussing over some goddamn test.
Those goddamn tests could save lives.
Bradley will save lives, Colonel, by bringing them to the front line where they're needed.
You have any idea, Colonel, what would happen to those men if the Bradley takes a hit and the aluminum burns?
I know all about the British study, Colonel, and it is bullshit.
That thing could be a death trap.
Says who?
Says me.
And how do you know? Have you put people in there during the test?
No, of course.
So you don't know, Colonel, actually know anything. And until you do, all you're doing is wasting our time.
Are you suggesting Colonel Burton had no reason to be concerned?
I am suggesting that Colonel Burton and his tests did not reveal anything we didn't already know. Except his own penchant for theatrics.
Theatrics, General?
Yes, theatrics. Cheap theatrics at that.
So, Billy, now the little trick has issued a memo that stipulates that for the tests, they'd like to use sheep.
Jesus. We've already started working the chassis on it.
They don't worry about it.
Well, because if the sheep come out of this thing tits up, we're going to have to start production.
There are ways around anything.
Absolutely. Like what?
Well, you could sit down and let's reform.
Well, it is cruel and unusual treatment of sheep.
Lack of land.
Yeah, that would be me.
Yes.
Make you say it's just fault, sir.
Uh-huh. When do they plan to run the test?
Immediately, just as soon as we send over the sheep.
We? I thought they were in charge of the sheep.
They say it's being handled at our end. The Surgeon General's office.
What does the Surgeon General have to do with sheep?
Excuse me. You must be Colonel Burton. We were told you might show up. Who told you that? Colonel Watt. He established this office last week with the Surgeon General.
You're the one who's trying to kill the Bradley.
Oh, who told you that? I'm sorry, sir. All information in this office is classified.
So, what is ruminant procurement anyway?
That's what this office has been created to do.
Yeah, but what is it?
The analysis and policy determination for the parameters about which will be tendered research data on the optimal test ruminants. Such ruminants are to be
Sheep. You're talking about sheep. You're in charge of buying a sheep, correct?
We can't just go out and buy sheep, sir.
Then why not?
We're doing the vaporifics test on sheep. I mean, vaporifics is all about what happens when a warhead penetrates armor. The metal particles vaporize and form a large fireball that fills 3 times the...
I know what a vaporifics test is. I'm the one who called for it.
Well, then you know we have to have sheep specs before we can proceed.
Sheep specs. What are sheep specs? Specifications. Shorn or unshorn? Rams, ewes, or lambs? Merinos are short hair. I mean, shorn merino ewes or unshorn merino rams? Bighorns or domestic? Domestic shorn lambs or bighorn unshorn? Just how long would it take you to get your sheep specs? Not long at all. 6, 8 months tops. And then we can go to tender on the research deck. But then we'll require another 8 months to evaluate the cattle, after which we can move into prototype ruminant evaluation. How much? Well... all right, bring it back. Coming. One more. Oh! Sir, Colonel Parker's on his way over here, sir. I'm sure he is. For your information, sir, it sounded like a world-class ship's bit, sir. I'm sure it is, Sergeant. Come on, let's move out. The hell are these sheep doing here? I bought them. Well, you can't do that! I did. They're no sheep specs, Colonel. Sorry to advise the sheep specs, Major. What are they? They're live and kicking. That's good enough for me. Testing is a science, Colonel. Every test has to be a controlled experiment. Just sticking a herd of sheep into a vehicle to... You don't want sheep? Leonard, Chavez, get the sheep out of there and get them to Bradley. Dalton, yes, sir. Get them to Bradley. Sir, I need a babylifics test. Get them to Bradley. Everyone in the Bradley. Are you totally out of your mind, Colonel? Think this is some kind of joke, Colonel? Well, let's see. Oh, we'll just use sheep. That's a terrific idea. Use sheep in the Bradley. All sheep in the